Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Today we are having fun baking up a tasty dessert. We are doing old-fashioned lunch lady peanut butter bars. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, they don't feel like an old-fashioned recipe because I'm like 40. I clearly remember having these in school in the cafeteria as a kid. But if you ask our kids, yeah, they're old-fashioned. So, but I like these. They're really tasty. We have a rule in our house. There's always got to be something chocolatey for us to eat, at least for my daughter and I. And so we are fulfilling that rule today by making these Lunch Lady peanut butter bars. As always, I will put the ingredients and directions in the description below for you. Let's get started. I'm going to start by creaming together our butter, our sugar, and brown sugar in a large mixing bowl. And we want 1 cup of butter, which is 2 sticks of butter. And I forgot to leave my butter out to kind of warm up and soften this morning, so I went ahead and slightly heated it up in the microwave for like 30 seconds so that it's easy to stir with my mixer. We're gonna get the brown sugar out. I want 1 cup of brown sugar. We're going to grab our white sugar. I want 1 cup of white sugar as well. My 1 cup doesn't fit in my sugar container, so I use my half cup. There's half. Almost, I need just a little bit more here. There we go, to get it full all the way. All right, I'm going to turn my hand mixer on. We're going to get this creamed up. I'm going to go ahead and scrape the sides of the bowl. I feel like this is one of those classic timeless recipes. Always a nice, easy, tasty dessert to have in the house. I'm going to grab my vanilla. I'm going to grab my teaspoon, and now we want 3 teaspoons of vanilla, guys. And you know me, I love vanilla. Maybe that's why I love these bars so much, is because you can get a hint of that vanilla flavor. I've got holiday baking coming up, and I have to restock my whole baking pantry on everything from spices to the chocolate chips, to the oats, the flour and sugar. Let me tell you, I am ready, though, for holiday baking season to get here. Got another week or so, and then I'll really jump in. We are going to grab the eggs. I'm going to do 2 eggs, you guys. So if you're looking for holiday baking recipes, go check out my playlist, because I have got plenty of holiday cookies and bars for you to make. Easy recipes. Your kids can help with them. All right, we're gonna get out the peanut butter. You want a total of 2.5 cups of peanut butter for this recipe, for the bars. And I'm a firm believer in using what you have on hand. So use up creamy peanut butter first, in my opinion, and then go to crunchy peanut butter if that's what you need to do to get your 2.5 cups. I'm gonna scoot my bowl back here a little bit. Hopefully we can see this here going on. Actually, use a little spoon, regular kitchen spoon, to scoop out my peanut butter. Kind of press into my cup. Uh-oh. I got out the peanut butter, and the puppies, they can smell it. They love peanut butter treats. Okay, that's about 1 cup, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this into my bowl here. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. This is kind of a 3-step cookie bar process, but it's relatively quick in my opinion. Okay. Take the big spoon out. We are going to turn the mixer back on and mix these up. Make sure you get your egg all the way mixed in, so you probably are going to have to scrape the side of your bowl once here. All right, we are going to get out our baking soda. We want 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Gonna get out our salt. You want 1 teaspoon of salt as well. And we're gonna start with some flour. And we want 2 cups of flour. I'm going to use my half cup because my 1 cup has the peanut butter kind of stuck to the sides. So there's half. 1. 1.5. And 2. Then we're going to get out our oats. You want to use the old-fashioned oats. One that's about empty here. And we're going to go with 2 cups of oats here. That wasn't even quite half. Let's open the new one. Speaking of oat cookies, guys, I have oatmeal scotchy recipe. We've got amazing chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. No bake oatmeal cookies, which are yum yum. Okay, let's finish. Woo, there's half. 1.5. 2. All right, we've got our 2 cups of oats. I'm gonna take my mixers to the sink. Mix this by hand. But you really want to make sure you get that salt and the baking soda mixed in really well. Everything's gonna get mixed in super, super good. My all-time favorite cookie ever is like the perfect half-baked chocolate chip cookie. And I discovered a few years ago that if you brown the butter with your chocolate chip cookies, it kind of really helps give you that perfection with them. I've got a really good sea salt brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipe. So if that's one of your favorites, guys, go look that recipe up. All right, I'm gonna clean off the spoon. You could also add into this recipe white chocolate chips, cherry chocolate chips, some toffee bits. You could totally like change up the flavor of these peanut butter bars. This is the point you would do that. Add those in here. You don't want them in the chocolate topping. 9x13 baking pan. I've sprayed it with my cooking spray, and we are going to spread this dough out in here. And we're going to flatten it. It should fill the whole pan for you, okay? I'm going to use the back of my spoon here to kind of press it and even it out. Make sure it gets all the way across to the pan. All right, I feel like this is pretty even. I'm going to pop this in the oven and we're going to bake it for 15 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna check back in and we'll work on the topping. All right, so it's been 15 minutes of baking the bars in the oven. And we are gonna do this next step while they're nice and hot, okay? So we are gonna get our other half cup of peanut butter. And I am gonna kind of just fill up my measuring cup for reference. And then we are gonna take little spoonfuls and plop it onto our top of our bars, and we're gonna let the heat melt the peanut butter so that we can spread it over the top of the bars. If you really like to have a nice thick layer of peanut butter on the top, you can totally do like a whole cup's worth of peanut butter. I'm all about the chocolate, in my opinion, chocolate frosting. So the peanut butter is melting on the top of our bars. I'm going to scoot them to the back here a little bit and grab my mixing bowl again. We are going to work on our chocolate frosting, which personally I think is the best part. And we are going to start with half a cup of butter. And I'm going to put half a cup of butter. Again, I melted mine so that it's easy to mix with. And then we are going to add in 1/4 cup of milk. So I'm using a half cup here. And then I like to add the cocoa powder before I add in the powdered sugar. Get it mixed in nicely. We're gonna do 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm using Hershey's. 2, 3, 4 and a little more. Totally all right. I'm gonna mix this in real quick here into the butter and the milk. There we go. Let's get our powdered sugar out. And we are going to do 3 cups of powdered sugar. And again, I used my 1 cup for peanut butter and I haven't rinsed it out yet. So I'm going to use my half cup, which will be 6 of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I think I have just enough in this bag. 6. There's actually literally just a smidge left, so I'm gonna just dump it in to use up the bag. We're gonna mix this frosting up real nice here. These remind me of Scotcheroos, just peanut butter instead of Rice Krispies, and Scotcheroos are tasty. I have holiday ones. I got red and green in them with the fudgy frosting. All right, this has come together real nicely. Okay, we're gonna pull our bars back closer, and your peanut butter should be soft and melty. So you can kind of spread it around the top of your bars. I almost feel like a spatula might work a little bit better for spreading the peanut butter, but that's okay. I've been looking ahead. I like to do meal planning like, oh, I don't know, maybe a month in advance. And then I got to looking at recipes and stuff, and I was thinking about things for like end of January into February. I came across strawberry lime blondie bars. We're making bar recipes. It made me think of it. And they sound so good. And I'm like, I want to eat those now also. But I'm going to wait. Have a tasty sweet treat later on in the winter. Okay, I feel like that's spread out pretty well. Now you can let this sit for a little longer and kind of let the peanut butter settle on pretty good. But I'm going to go ahead and take my frosting, and we're going to put the frosting on top. And we're going to kind of I like to kind of allow the heat of the bars to help the frosting kind of spread. You see how easy that happens? I'll use my knife here to make sure it gets all the way to the outside edges. Oh yeah, these smell so good. I cannot wait till they cool. This is like our after school snack treat this week. Kids love these. So do grown-ups, man. Let me tell you. Perfect. Actually, I don't even use my knife, guys. It worked out really, really well. Here we go. We have our Lunch Lady peanut butter bars. A little throwback in time for you. I'm going to let these fully cool down, and then I have a airtight lid that goes on this baking pan, but we'll cut them up into squares, and it's going to be super, super delicious. Thank you all for joining us today. Be sure to check out our other designs. I am cutting up these Lunch Lady peanut butter bars. Oh my goodness. Don't they look so yummy? Totally going to enjoy these. I'm cutting them up. I always like to go around the outside edge of my pan when I make these bars. And you can make these as big or as small as you want to. It makes quite a few, but they do not last long, at least not in our house. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I know your family's going to love these peanut butter bars. A little throwback to our early school days, right? Thank you again for sharing our recipe videos with your family and friends. And again, you can find the link to pin and save this recipe in the description below. We're on Facebook and Instagram too, so follow us there. And we'll see you guys next time.